and enjoy the evening. What? It's on. There we go. I won't repeat all that. We're glad you're here. A few quick announcements for you as we get started. I'm Blaine, by the way, and tonight the distinguished honor is that I'm Sophie's coworker and friend, and we get to host you all this evening. So it's a real honor to do this, and I pastor this church as well. But tonight I'm just Sophie's friend who gets to introduce everyone. So we're glad to have you. If you haven't found it yet, there's food over there. Enjoy it at any point in the evening. I'm just hitting highlights on this sheet in your bag that you got, some announcements here. So if you didn't notice when you came in, this easel with word art on it back there is amazing, created by Sarah, who was passing out the bags at the door, but it's all lyrics of Sophie and Parker Street songs over there, and so you get to help color it all in and make it beautiful. So in an intermission, or if you need to just stretch at some point, go help color that in. And then Sophie would love to hear what you think about the songs that you hear tonight. So in the bag, you can, wait a minute. Yeah, use the QR code. It'll also let you do that to rate some of the songs and let her know how you feel about those. And then this is a kickoff for a Kickstarter. So Sophie is trying to raise funds so that she's able to produce and then release these songs and share them more widely. And so if you feel led to do that, use the QR code that's in the bag or on the screen, or if you want to do old-fashioned cash or check, there's a box over there on the table, and you can do that as well. I'm excited about tonight. It's going to be beautiful music that we get to enjoy together from Sophie, but also from a good friend of Sophie's. And so Leah Paschall is going to come and share some of her music with us now.
It occurred to me, I probably should have come up here and put my in-ears in while he was talking. So, and let me just say, I can't see any of y'all. But I'm trusting you can see me okay, yeah? All right. See, you know what? It's like putting a square peg in a round hole. I was never good at that, Like in elementary school, I'm just not like your physics-minded person. I got it wrong. See, that's the wrong one. All right. Oh, that's the one. You know how you can just tell? Like, yeah, that's it. That fits. All right. Cool. So I'm so happy to be here. Sophie, thank you so much for asking me to come, and I'll talk more about Sophie here as we go along. But she's one of my very dearest friends on the planet. So what I asked Sophie was, hey, what if we just started out with some worship? I wrote a song called God of Might and Majesty. And so what I want to do is teach you the chorus. And can we get the lyrics up there to the chorus? And the verses are really easy too, so you'll catch on to those and feel free to sing along with those too. But why don't we all stand up? All right. Yeah. Stand if you can. And then, and here's how the chorus goes, and we'll do it a couple of times, okay? He is holy, holy. Hear the praise of his redeemed. He is holy, holy, God of might and majesty. Let's sing it again. He is holy. He is holy, holy. Hear the praise of his redeemed. He is holy, holy, God of might and majesty. Okay, we're going to sing the first verse now. Let us come before heaven's highest King, reigning through eternity. us stand. Let us stand in awe of his wondrous ways and his great and glorious deeds. Who compares to him? He's the only one, God of might and majesty. He is holy. He is holy, holy. Hear the praise of his redeemed. He is holy, holy, God of might and majesty. Let us bow. Let us bow before mercy's matchless one, judging all things perfectly. He's the righteous Lord, all-consuming fire, God of might and majesty. He is holy. He is holy, holy. Hear the praise of his redeemed. He is holy, holy, God of might and majesty. God of might and majesty. Great. Let's give God glory this evening, huh? You can be seated. You guys sound great. So a little story about that song. So I wrote that a number of years ago at a conference in Nashville called Kingdom Songs. And it's a place where you could go to learn how to better your craft as a songwriter. And you could write with peer writers at your own level, but then you also got to write with professional writers. And that was great because it really helped you to push the envelope, right? And so that was just a fantastic experience. And once I found out about it, I went back every single time they had one. I was like the girl that came in and they were like, "Oh, I know you. You're the one who always comes." I'm like, "Yes." So that's where I met Sophie. And I'll talk more about Sophie here in a little bit. Kind of the story behind this song is I started releasing music about 3 years ago, and I started out by releasing, worship songs and CCM type songs and everything, and then I thought, well, maybe I'll release, like a modern hymns EP kind of thing, because I had several songs that would fit on an EP for hymns, and so as I was talking with a couple of marketing gurus, right, in Nashville, industry guys that I totally respect, and they've done a lot to guide me along the way. I was asking their thoughts about it, and they said, "You know what? If God's leading you to do it, then absolutely do it. But be aware, your streams year over year are probably going to go down. So just be prepared for that, because people don't listen to modern hymns as much as they do CCM and worship songs." And so I thought, that's good to know, but I just really felt led to do it. And so I did, and lo and behold, a year later, my streams tripled. So I'm just saying, and this song is like, there's just a fire under it. There's just something going on that's just well out of my control. I'm getting thousands of streams a day on it, and I'm like, how is this even happening? But that's the thing that I wanted to share about that song with you tonight, is because be obedient, right? If God's telling you to do something and He's telling you to do something, and maybe the outlook doesn't look quite as good as maybe you would want it to, or something, just be obedient and just let God take care of the things that we can't control anyway, right? We all have this, misconception that we can control more than we can't anyway, but really grateful, for that song. So the next song I want to share with you is called Hide My Face, and this songwriting takes a lot of, if you're gonna write a song really from your heart, it takes a lot of transparency, and it takes a lot of vulnerability. And so I wrote this song kind of on the heels of moving to Nashville. So I actually used to live in Cincinnati. And about 3.5 years ago, we moved to Nashville. We prayed about it, got, God's, we got wise counsel around us and all of the things that you do before you pick up stakes and, move. Well, shortly after we moved, we found out that my brother was diagnosed with terminal cancer. And so it just sent me into a tailspin. I mean, we bought a house down there and everything, And I'm talking to my husband like, we just need to move back to Cincinnati. And he's like, no, we just got here. And I'm like, But I will tell you, it was very hard for me because I was really afraid that I had missed God in a really big way. And so I would wake up with panic attacks. Like, what have I done? What have I done? I missed God. I've done something that he didn't want me to do, and now what am I going to do? And I was taking trips back and forth to Cincinnati and Nashville every 3 weeks to go through his chemo with him and all of that. So it was a very, very difficult season, but it went on for a really long time. And so I do want to report that he's doing well now. I mean, he's stable. The chemotherapy is really, yes, thank you for that. His prognosis isn't amazing, but he's doing well. He's functioning at a very high level. And so really super grateful for that. But for a long time, while my husband and I were trying to get on the same page, it was a very scary time for me, and I was exhausted all the time. And you get to a point where you're like, I just don't think I can share how I'm feeling with people around me anymore, because there started to be a sense of shame, because when you deal with something that's really hard, that goes really deep for a long time, there's this feeling of, I've been walking with God for so long. Why am I still struggling with this? Why is this so hard for me? And so you kind of quietly go into this place of shame, like, I should just have my act together. What's wrong with me, right? But here's the thing, so I pulled my close friends in closer. Sophie was one of them. She's walked through this whole journey with me. And I just sort of closed off from everybody else. But here's the thing. I never did that with God. I always knew I didn't have to hide my face from him. I always knew I could go to him and I could just pour out the same old, to me, I was getting weary with my own pain. Why wouldn't other people, right? But I knew God wasn't going to weary of me. I knew that. And so I had been walking with him long enough to know that, right? So whatever you're going through, let me tell you something. God wants to hear all about it. He wants to hear you cry out to him in the night. And he's not going to get tired of your voice. He just wants you to come to him, okay? He just wants you to come to him. So I want to play this song for you. Now, I wrote this with a couple of dear friends of mine. So, pick up the pieces. Don't let them see it. Fix yourself. You'll never measure up. You won't be good enough. You're so helpless. These are the voices. These are the lies in my head. Shame wants to bury me. Grace resurrects me instead. I don't have to to hide my face. I don't have to try to be okay. I don't have to cover my pain or carry the weight. All I have to do is give it all to you. Breathe on my brokenness, heal me through all of it. I am yours. You can have all of me, lead me into the deep, move me forward. You are the only one I want to hear in my head. Fear wants to suffocate, your love is my oxygen. I don't have to hide my face. I don't have to try to be okay. I don't have to cover my pain or carry the weight. All I have to do is give it all to you. You can see such beautiful things in rubble and ash. You redeem every crumbling piece I put in your hands. You can see such beautiful things in rubble and ash. You redeem every crumbling piece I put in your hands. I don't have to hide my face. I don't have to try to be okay. I don't have to cover my pain or carry the weight. All I have to do is give it all to you. All I have to do is give it all to you. So I was in Ireland several years ago with a group called Brave Worship, and it's a group of women who are worship leaders and songwriters, and we went over there because Ireland, believe it or not, is largely like unsaved population, and so we went over there to learn about the history of the land, but also we wanted to go over there and write with several churches that were in Dublin. And we had the opportunity to break off into groups and kind of listen to the hearts of the people. You know, so I had several churches come in together, and it was great. So I had an opportunity to write with a good friend of mine, Stacy Riddle, as well as a girl there. She was 14 years old, and her name was Aisling. And she said that, and this was something that they were talking about it like in all of the rooms, that there was a girl in the youth group that had recently committed suicide. And it was very, very hard, and we learned that the suicide rate in Ireland is just absolutely through the roof. It's just crazy, crazy high. And so we just cried with her and prayed with her, and we wondered, you know, you think about when somebody's a Christian, which this girl was, we're like, man, how could it come to that when you know Christ and yet you get to such a state where you end your life, you know? And so we were just praying through that and talking about it, and And, we didn't have any answers for her. But all of a sudden, she looked up and she said, you know what? I want to write a song about the good news. And Stacy and I were like, we're in. Let's do it. So that's what this song is. It's called Good News. Have you heard of a Savior who came here to die? To give you a home, to give you a place you can hide. This Jesus lives and he loves you with arms open wide. Come hear of the one who longs to bring you new life. You're wanted, you're loved, you're seen, you belong. There is good news. There is good news. You're treasured, you're known, you are not alone. There is good news. There is good news. Have you ever imagined a love that won't leave? No matter the mess you make or the depth of your need, this Jesus holds you forever with purpose and peace. Come run in the freedom of the hope that he brings. You're wanted, you're loved, you're seen, you belong. There is good news. There is good news. You're treasured, you're known, you are not alone. There is good news. There is good news. Jesus is calling your name. Can you hear him? Can you hear him say, you're wanted, you're loved, you're seen, you belong. There is good news. There is good news. You're treasured, you're known, you are not alone. There is good news. Oh, there is good news. There is good news. Oh, there is good news. Jesus is calling your name. Can you hear him? Can you hear him say? Thank you. So I'm going to do another one because Sophie's mom asked me to. All right, is that all right with everybody? So this one's called Deep, Deep Well, and it's from the same trip, okay? So I had been preparing to go to Ireland, and so I was reading up on it and everything, and I saw this podcast, and I saw these YouTube videos about wells over there. And at first it sounds kind of innocuous, but a lot of people believe that those wells have special power. That one well is for healing, and one well will heal depression, and another well is for something else or give you strength or whatever. And, I just got to thinking about that and about there's kind of a little bit of idolatry in that. Can I just say that out loud, Because there's only one well, right? Right? There's only one living, true well, and that's Jesus. And so I started writing this song, and I thought, well, I'll take this as a song start over there to Ireland, and use that maybe in a room or something with people I'm writing with. Because a lot of times you'll write a chorus or a verse or something, and then you take it into somebody else and write. And so I started writing this. And we got to the end of the trip, and it just was like the rooms that I was in just weren't really conducive to that song, and that was okay. But I'm on the plane, and I'm like, okay, God, well, I thought this song was, for this trip. And then I'm on the plane, and we're on our way back to Boston, and this girl, who's one of my best friends, Rachel Barentine, she was walking down the aisle, and I'm sitting there, and I'm watching her walk down the aisle, go to the bathroom, and the Lord said, that's her. That's the one. And I'm like, oh, yes, okay. And so I played it for her while we were in a layover in Boston, this little song start that I had. And I'm like, will you finish writing this with me? And she was so excited. And so that's where this song came from. But it's about the well, the one true well. There's a deep, deep well where the water awaits. Bring all your sorrow, bring all your tears, and all that abandoned heartache. Never be thirsty again, no. This water lives and runs down to your soul. Drink all you want, it never runs dry. It satisfies. It satisfies. There's a deep, deep well where the love overflows. Leave all your secrets, leave all your sin. Be washed in the blood and made whole. Be washed in the blood and made whole. Never be thirsty again, no. This water lives and runs down to your soul. Drink all you want, it never runs dry. It satisfies. It satisfies. Jesus is here in your emptiness. Come be filled. He is the hope you've been longing for. Come to Him. Oh, there's a deep, deep well. Never be thirsty again, no. This water lives and runs down to your soul. Drink all you want, it never runs dry. It satisfies. It satisfies. All right, I'm going to ask Nick to come on up. So, if you want to get your mic, we're going to play musical mics. So, what's really cool is like the body of Christ, right? Right? So, like, I met Sophie, and I have to say, Sophie's going to do several songs for you tonight. But one of the things that she says in one of her songs is it's a prayer, like, make me a safe place. And I have to tell you, even before I ever heard her sing that song the first time, that's what I think of when I think of Sophie. She's a safe place. I feel like I could say anything to her, and she's going to love me no matter what. Like, she's not going to change her opinion of me. She's not going to respect me any less. And I'll tell you, the journey that I've been on with my brother in the last several years has been very, very hard. And a lot of people haven't understood it. Just move back to Cincinnati. What's the big deal? You're only 5.5 hours away. But it's hard to, like, not be there, like right where he is. And to feel unsettled, and the worst part of it being, gosh, what if I've done something that God didn't want me to do? That was always the rub for me. It's like, I don't mind being in Nashville as long as I know God really wanted me to be in Nashville, right? But what if somehow he didn't? What if I just missed it and I've missed out on something that he wanted for my life? Because I always knew if God was leading us down to Nashville, then he was going to take care of my brother. He was going to figure that out, right? But so it was always about sort of finding that, what felt like elusive will of God, and am I gonna, and getting all like wrapped up in that, and maybe a lot of people don't get wrapped up into that kind of thing, but I did. I went down a real rabbit hole, and Sophie was just always so patient and loving and kind to me, and in all of it. Well, just to say a couple of things about Nick here really quick. So I met Nick through Sophie. Sophie came down to Nashville, and she was like, hey, I'm recording a song. You want to come and sing background vocals? And so then I met Nick, and then it was history, because Nick's one of my favorite people, too. And he is. And we write quite a lot together. And like I said, when you're in the writing room, man, that's a vulnerable place to be. But Nick has walked through this with me too. He's been producing my songs for the last 3 years, and he's a safe place for me too. And so some really cool songs can come out of that, when you're in that place. But this next one that we want to do, I could talk to y'all all night long, and Sophie told me 7:45. So I'm going to be a good girl. That's why I keep watching. I'm not checking my text messages when I look at my phone. I'm just letting you know, like I'm looking at the time. It's all right with her, I know, right? So I'm going to get out my little cheat sheet, because we both wanted to do this song for you that we wrote on Tuesday. Yeah, right?
Literally
on Tuesday.
hot off the press.
I know.
Barely.
And we were both like so excited about, oh man, we should do it and everything. But like I have to have my words right here and everything. And so if I get this wrong, what if I get this
just
wrong?
realized our first line is what if I get this wrong?
What if I get this wrong?
Which we probably will.
You'll have grace for me, right? If I like mess up or something, okay? But this song is a super vulnerable thing for me to share, because it's all about that struggle. God, what if I've done something that has so many consequences? And I know you can do anything, and I know you're big enough to turn anything around. Yeah. But what if I've done something that's hurt people, or something, and then it's like, well, and God just reminds you, what? But what if I'm bigger than all of that? What if I'm bigger than your zip code? And so anyway, I'll stop talking so we can sing. I think I'm ready now.
Okay. See if you remember this.
I know, right? What if I get this wrong, and this isn't what you want? What if I'm missing signs you're giving me that I can't find? What if I miss your plan and the story I could have? I live inside these thoughts, and when they spin, they're hard to stop. What if you're bigger than all this? What if you just want me to jump in? Oh, I know I'm gonna go and get it wrong sometimes, but you're with me every step and you will make it right. Oh, I don't have to worry about my life. Oh, oh, oh. When every single moment here is in your hands, you knew that I was human when you made your plan. Of every circumstance. So, I'll be bold.
Keep moving, just keep moving. Whatever comes, I know you'll
I'll
use
be
it.
bold.
Keep moving, just keep moving. Whatever comes, I know you'll use it.
What if your love is good and my future's held secure? What if my path is paved by pillars of your
me when you made your plans. You're with me in the heart of every circumstance. So,
I'll be bold.
keep moving, just keep moving. Freedoms I know you'll
I'll be
use it.
bold.
Keep moving, just keep moving. Whatever comes, I know you'll use it.
Gonna get outside my head. I'm gonna listen for your spirit. I'm gonna walk in joy and peace. I'm gonna run this race with freedom. I'm
Gonna get outside my head. I'm gonna listen for your spirit. I'm gonna walk in joy and peace. I'm gonna run this race with freedom. Gonna run this race with freedom.
Oh, I know I'm gonna go and get it wrong sometimes, but you're with me every step and you will make it right. Oh, I don't have to worry about my life.
When every single moment here is in your hands. You knew that I was human when you made your plans. You're with me in the heart of every circumstance. So,
I'll be bold.
keep moving, just keep moving. Whatever comes, I know you'll
I'll
use
be
it.
bold.
Keep moving, just keep moving. Whatever comes, I know you'll
I'll be
use it.
bold.
Keep moving, just keep moving. Whatever comes, I know you'll use it. Keep moving, just keep moving. Whatever comes, I know you'll
I'll be
use it.
bold. All right, what time is it?
I like that one.
Oh,
I kind of like that one.
that's fun.
Maybe you should cut it.
All right. I think we're going to cut it.
I think we're gonna
So,
cut
it's 7:44. It's 7:44.
it. 44. Oh,
Can I do one more, Sophie?
quick one.
Just really quick? Is that okay? Is that okay? I'm sorry. It's just like I talked too much. I knew I was going to do that. Okay, so this next one is called Smiling. Where is it? I got to find it. I think I know it, but it's one of those things. You know what I'm saying? We get up here. So this one's called Smiling, and this, again, is part of my story. Wrote this with Nick and with our friend Maggie, and I tell you what, like, smiling is like, she just had this idea, like, what if it's a song just about God smiling on us, like he's not mad at you? And let me just tell you something, going through what I've been through, I mean, it's like I had to really, like, God, you just must be so disappointed in me. What if you're disappointed in me? I don't think I could take it. And it's like, wait a minute, don't you know you're my delight? That you're the joy of my heart, and I sent my son to save you just because I want to have a relationship with you. And I know you're human, and I know you're going to get it wrong. And it's okay, because I love you, and can't you see me smiling at you, And so that's what it is. And so that's what we're going to do right now. Me and my little sticky notes. Okay, so this is fun. Ready?
It's a fun
Let's
one.
go. Let's go fast.
Okay, I'll try.
You've been looking for validation, that you're meeting his expectations. You've been asking for confirmation that you're doing enough. You've been scared that he might reject you, that you've done more than he can take it. You've been waiting for him to say that he's finally had enough. But he loves you, loves you. You can never fall too far. Oh, he loves you, loves you. You've captured his whole heart. So lift your head a bit higher. You're his greatest desire. He gets so excited when he looks at you. Oh, stand a little bit taller. You're the joy of the Father. So if you need reminding, he's delighted. Can't you see him smiling, smiling, smiling? Can't you see him smiling, smiling, smiling? He's not looking for your perfection. You already have his affection. So you can be still and rest in knowing you're approved. 'Cause he loves you, loves you. You can never fall too far. Oh, he loves Thank you so much. And Sophie, thank you for letting me go a couple minutes over. I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to take a 10-minute break. And then we're going to come right back here and we're going to listen to this amazing, wonderful talent that you all know in Sophie. So, all right, 10 minutes, y'all.
From the heavens to the darkness, humbly you came. As a baby, how amazing. From the lips of all the prophets, the word is made flesh. Here among us, yet above us, I lift my eyes. I'm starstruck, caught up in Jesus, God's own Son. Behold the light of perfect love who came to rescue us. I can't get enough of Jesus, God with us. Behold Emmanuel, our hope, who came to comfort us. I'm starstruck. Like the shepherds and the wise men, I bow at your feet. Here's my worship, you can have it. Take all of me. I'm starstruck, caught up in Jesus, God's own Son. Behold the light of perfect love who came to rescue us. I can't get enough of Jesus, God with us. Behold Emmanuel, our hope, who came to comfort us. I'm starstruck. Oh, 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 I'm starstruck. Oh, now I live to tell the story of the cradle to the cross. Hallelujah, what a Savior, what a Savior. I'm starstruck, caught up in Jesus, God's own Son. Behold the light of perfect love who came to rescue us. I can't get enough of Jesus, God with us. Behold Emmanuel, our hope, who came to comfort us. I'm starstruck. Oh, 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 I'm starstruck. I'm starstruck. I was defeated and down for the count, lost without knowing if I'd ever be found. You came and freed me from the chains that I wore. My sin and shame cast away, remembered no more. You go and fight for me, the battle is yours. You make a way for me when you go before. You crush my enemies, you end my war. I stand victorious, a victim no more. You hold the future of all of my surrender all that I am. I know your love and I trust. I'm safe in your hands. Oh, you go and fight for me. The battle is yours. You make a way for me when you go before. You crush my enemies. You win my war. I stand victorious, a victim no more. You're my defender, your name is strong. You are my champion, you've overcome. So I am forgiven, I've been restored. I'm not forgotten, I'll always be yours. You're my defender, your name is strong. You are my champion, you've overcome. So I am forgiven, oh, I've been restored. I'm not forgotten, I'll always be yours. And you go and fight for me. The battle is yours. You make a way for me when you go before. You crush my enemies. You win my war. And I stand victorious, a victim no more. I stand victorious, a victim no more. Turn left at the cornfield, I know a shortcut we can take. It's okay to floor it, I promise you that I'm not afraid. I like the way you're laughing, how your voice just starts to crack and you smile. We'll get to where we're going, watch the sun go down and talk for a while. I wanna hear about the place you grew up and all the people that you know and you love. I wanna hear about your favorite song and the way that you sing in your car at the top of your lungs. I wanna hear about your wildest dreams and how you write them in the journals you keep. I wanna hang on every word that you say when you're talking to me. Wanna see you put your heart on display. You put your heart on display. Staring at the sky as it fades from blue to orange to gray. Found the perfect spot to watch the stars as they come out to play. One by one they beacon through the darkness in the canvas at night. But I'm more concentrated on the secrets of the stars in your eyes. I wanna hear about the place you grew up and all the people that you know and you love. I wanna hear about your favorite song and the way that you sing in your car at the put your heart on display. Here as I'm wrapped in your arms, I start to see who you are, and I love every part. Where is this going? We might
we're gonna
not be
continue this
knowing,
morning.
but oh, what a beautiful story.
Leah, you were amazing. And Nick, thank you both. That was awesome. It's a great start to the evening, and I look forward to hearing more of your music. So Sophie's going to come up and share some songs with us now. And yeah, like you're right on cue with me because as Leah's already shared, writing is vulnerable enough. Getting up and sharing all of it with all of you is super vulnerable for Sophie tonight. So before she comes up, can we just give her a little Sophie fan club, we love you? Can we just give her like a really loud applause for... You can do no wrong tonight. You are with family, we love you, and we're excited to be a part of this. I want to remind you, this piece of paper in the bags that you got has a QR code if you want to donate and be a part of making these amazing songs available to more people and getting them produced. And so take advantage of that. As the night goes on, enjoy the music and the stories and food, and we're going to have a great evening. We're going to start with a little bit of video from Sophie.
Hi, friends and family. It's Sophie here. Before I sing this song, Looking for the Light, this opening song, just wanted to share a little bit about it. This is kind of the first story of the night, the story behind the song. This is one of the only songs probably in the last 10 years that I wrote by myself. Like, there are no co-writers on this song. I remember the season that I was in when this song kind of breathed itself into existence. I had moved to Ohio. I'd been here maybe a year. I was living in Marysville, Ohio at the time, and was struggling a little bit with some anxiety, which is not a new thing for me, but was just kind of going through it. And I just remember feeling really frustrated by it because it's not a new thing for me. And I'd already done so much work on it, and the Lord had already healed so much of it that I was just like, why am I still dealing with this? And really just being hard on myself, like I should be over this by now. And it was in that space of feeling really self-critical and maybe even a little hopeless that I sat down by the keyboard in my apartment at the time, which happened to be right under a window. And I started playing and singing. And it was kind of like the opening lines of this song just fell out. Like I didn't really have to write them. And then as I continued writing, the whole song kind of felt that way. And, you know, I guess the whole point of the concert tonight is, I mean, it's called Looking for the Light, right? So that just got me thinking, like, what does that mean? And I know what it meant to me in that moment was no matter what's going on around me, no matter how I feel, I'm going to keep looking for the light. I'm never going to stop choosing hope. And to me, the light in this song symbolizes Jesus. It symbolizes the light of Christ. But what's kind of cool about that too, just a few weeks ago, I was having another moment of anxiety, and unprompted, out of the blue, a leader from our church sent me these verses from Matthew 5. This is what it says. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Ever since he sent me those verses, the song has taken on yet another meaning to me. It's like I'm encouraged to never stop looking for the light, but I'm also reminded that others might be looking for the light in me. Others are looking for the light in you, in us. We are all light seekers, and we are all light givers. And with that in mind, I'm going to invite you to pull out your glow sticks that you got in your bags when you came in. If you didn't get a glow stick, feel free to just use your phone flashlight. Either's fine. I'm just going to ask you to go ahead and break it or turn your light on, whichever one. Maybe you're in a season of hopelessness and you need to be reminded to never stop looking for the light. Or maybe things are pretty good, but you're remembering that you're called to give light to someone else. Let this be a tangible reminder of what we're here to do and who we're called to be. So, this song is for the fighters who keep choosing hope in the midst of your battles with mental health. It is okay to not be okay. Let's look for the light together.
It's hard to be alone lately. The silence brings reckoning, and I'm knee-deep in self-critique all the time. I flood the thoughts inside my head with constant noise, so I'm not left all by myself to play defense on the line. Heart is killing my chest as a bloodshot red from another sleepless night. I felt this way before, but I thought for sure I left my worst days behind. Is it really okay not to be okay? Let me know that it's alright. I'll just open up a window, listen for the wind blow, keep on looking for the light. I'm looking for the light, looking for the light. I'm looking for the light. Oh, the morning comes with sweet relief. I hold it tight and breathing deep, wanna make the most of any peace I find. Fine, but I'm stepping out and then back, careful not to move fast, slow and steady on my mind. If I rush the process, I'll lose all my progress, maybe even lose my life. I need to know it's okay not to be okay. Everything will be alright. Yeah, I'll just open up a window, listen for the wind blow, keep on looking for the light. I'm looking for the light, looking for the light, just looking for the light. Oh, I'm looking for the light, looking for the light. I'm looking for the light. Oh, I'm looking for the light, looking for the light, just looking for the light. Oh, and maybe it is okay not to be okay and need a little help sometimes. I'll just open up a window, listen for the wind blow, keep on looking for the light. Thanks, friends. Gotta move all my stuff now, so give me a sec. I'll let the real keys players play the rest of the night. So can we give Nick and Leah another hand? So thank you all again for being here. Honestly, there aren't enough words to keep saying that. You heard the first song, Looking for the Light. That's the hope and the goal for tonight. It's just that
this would be a night of hope and a night of light for all who are part of it. So if you're here in the room, if you're watching online, just know you've been prayed for, and there's not an accident that you're here. So I'm going to move on to another song, this next song. This one is a lot more lighthearted, I promise. Not quite as moody, perhaps. This is a song called Travel Song, and how many of you have ever been on a plane before? Okay, cool, a lot of us, most of us. So I wrote this song on a plane, which is problematic because there's people everywhere, so it's really hard to write a song while you're on a plane. But several years ago, I was out at a songwriting retreat with a group called the Worship Coalition in Montana, of all places, like the world's smallest airport, Kalispell, Montana. There's literally like a sign on the doorway that says to take your bear spray out of your carry-on. It's that kind of airport. But I was just there to write songs. I wasn't there to get eaten by bears or anything. So I went to this retreat, just had like this really amazing week, and the whole time that I was there, just had this melody stuck in my head, and I couldn't shake it. And I knew I had to do something with it, and I didn't know at the time that it was going to be like an airplane song. I was like, who does that? I do, apparently. But ended up writing this song. I was in the Denver airport. I lived in Pennsylvania at the time, so I was flying from Montana to Denver to Pittsburgh, and I was in the Denver airport, like just journaling, kind of like writing the song a little bit, and I get on the plane, and I actually like started actually writing it. And again, it's problematic because like it wasn't super late flight, but there were definitely people sleeping, traveling, weary, so I didn't want to wake anybody up by singing, right? That's really annoying. So I like went to the bathroom on the plane and like recorded it into my phone and all the things just so that when I got back, I could work on it, and I did. And the cool thing, tonight a lot of the songs you're going to hear my friend Leah wrote with me, which is part of the reason I wanted her to be part of this night. So this is one that Leah helped me finish. So I brought her like the bones of the song, and she was like, yeah, let's work on it together. So this is Travel Song. And for every song that you're going to hear tonight, I wrote like a dedication almost, like this song is for anyone who ... you know? So this one's a little more lighthearted. This song is for the travelers who find yourselves bored on a plane. May your layovers be short and your flights be uneventful. Gate B49, 6 o'clock at night. On flight 1211, I'm headed home. MT2PA, Denver on the way. Tonight row 31's my studio. And it's funny how a plane can turn into a pew, how Jesus comes to us in aisle scenes. He's with us if we land, and taking off, we're here to stay, traveling with us along the way. He makes the destination worth the wait. Melodies in minds, way up in the sky. I'm humming to myself with pen in hands, wrestling with the dreams Montana left in me, and asking God to help it all make sense. Oh, it's funny how a plane can turn into a pew, how Jesus comes to us in aisle scenes. He's with us if we land, and taking off, we're here to stay, traveling with us along the way. He makes the destination worth the wait. And he's with us in the journey, in all the everydays. He moves in ordinary things in extraordinary ways. So when we're in the middle and we can't quite see the end, we can still live for the moment, 'cause he's with us even then. Oh,
it's funny how a plane can turn into a pew, how Jesus comes to us in aisle scenes. He's with us if we'll land and taking off, we're here to stay, traveling with us along the way. He makes the destination worth the wait. He makes the destination worth the wait. He makes the destination worth the wait. Thank you so much. Yeah, so next time you're on a plane, you have a song to listen to now. So, yeah, so I'm just going to kind of keep chugging along here. This next song is one called Love You Back. I just want to shout out my co-writers on this song. This is written, again, with Leah, who you know well now. Again, this is a Leah Paschall album featuring Sophie. That's really what tonight is. So she's just like truly one of my favorite people to write with, one of my favorite humans in general. So a lot of the songs that you're going to hear are teams with her and I and some others. And our friend Kelsey Newman also joined us on this song, another amazing co-writer. So this song is called Love You Back, and there's a lot of places this song came from, but truly I remember, again, I lived in Pennsylvania for a season. I was in town north of Pittsburgh called Butler, and I was in this cafe called Canela Cafe. If you're ever like passing through Butler for some reason, go to Canela Cafe because it is delicious. Best coffee and breakfast you will find. And I was there on a Friday morning, just kind of hanging out by myself. I love doing that. Like I'll just go journal and people watch and all the things. But then I kind of had this moment where I looked up and I looked around the room and I realized like I was the only one there by myself. Like everybody had someone with them. And, you know, just kind of all throughout my life, like had felt that of just like this desire to share my life with someone, have a companion at my side, and maybe just in that moment kind of having a moment of like, oh, that's not reality yet. And that's kind of hard, you know? And this song kind of came out of that feeling, I guess. And to be clear, this song is not a lament. Like there's no woe is me in this song. But it's just written out of the lived experience that many of us may remember or are currently living even, of just like a longing that has not been fulfilled yet. So this song is called Love You Back, and it is for anyone who watches love stories unfold around you and you wonder if it'll ever be your turn. Your presence matters and your longings are valid. This is Love You Back. Table for one on Friday. Same old window, same old scene. Do you come here often? Silence from the empty seat. The room is filled with lovers, laughing like they've never known a life without each other, what it's like to be alone. Someone tell me, I wanna know, how do you give your heart away? How do you keep your soul intact? How do you know what choice to make? How do you love someone and let them love you back? And I don't mean to be naive, 'cause sometimes love can lose its way. She looks down and he won't speak, but they pretend it's all okay. I wanna find a love that stays. So how do you give your heart away? How do you keep your soul intact? How do you know what choice to make? How do you love someone and let them love you back? How do you love someone and stay true to who you are? Leave room to grow, but never grow apart. Never grow apart. Oh, I wanna give my heart away. I wanna keep my soul intact. I wanna know what choice to make. I wanna love someone and let them love me back. I wanna love someone and let them love me. You guys are fun. Honestly, though, I think my favorite part of tonight is not the songs, it's getting to share the room with all my favorite people. So just thank you for being here. I mean that. I'm very much a people person, if you can't tell. So thank you guys for being here again. I'm just going to keep saying it all throughout the night. So another song, and it's funny on for like I have notes for each song, just like things I want to touch on as I'm sharing stories. And for this song, my note literally just says, I have no idea how to explain this. So just letting you see behind the curtain a little bit. There are a few that kind of explain themselves, in my humble opinion. But this next song is called Unexpected Guest, and I first heard this phrase, unexpected guest, actually in spiritual direction training. Some of you know I'm a spiritual director. Went through training a couple years ago, finished in May, but started 2 years ago. And one thing we would often talk about is like when you're sitting across a room from someone and they're sharing part of their story, there might be things that come up for you while you're listening to them. So like different emotions or thoughts or even just like bodily experiences, like they say something and it kind of triggers something in you. And we would call those things unexpected guests. Like they're not unknown, it's not like they're strangers, but I didn't expect them to be here right now. And what's challenging is it can make it really hard to be present when those unexpected guests show up and you're trying so hard to listen to the person in front of you. This happens even just in friendship too, in any kind of relationship. And it can just be a challenge to live that and be so aware of it and not always know how to deal with it. And I just remember just getting so hooked on that phrase, unexpected guest, and thinking like, someone should write a song about that. And then I kind of paused and I was like, I could probably do that, you know? So, and in all honesty though, this is probably one of the most challenging songs I've written just because it's kind of it felt like a really big concept to try to make clear and creative and not too vague, but still interesting. So it's one that I am really excited about. It might be one of my personal favorites just because of where it landed. And I tried to kind of, you'll see the lyrics in a moment, but I kind of tried to set up this song like, imagine that you have like a dinner date at your house and these unexpected guests show up and it's like the worst kind of third wheeling, you know? So that's kind of what this is. So the goal is not to pretend that they aren't there, the guests aren't there. The goal is to notice them, but then set them aside for another time. And with that in mind, this song, Unexpected Guest, is for anyone who struggles to be present. I don't have any advice to offer you. Just know that you're loved and not alone. This is Unexpected Guest. Friday dinner at my place. He brought flowers this time. Laughter lighting up my face. Could love really be mine? We're gonna try that again. Sorry. Songs are hard. Friday dinner at my place. There we go. He brought flowers this time. Laughter lighting up my face. Could love really be mine? But suddenly I'm shaking, and all my thoughts are racing. And there's my unexpected guest. Oh, I recognize your fear. I don't know how you got up there, hanging from the chandelier. You just sneaking unannounced, always at the worst of times. Can you sit down on the couch until I come for you? We'll work it out all night. My unexpected guest. Deep breaths, everything is fine. Head back to the kitchen. He reaches out his hand for mine. The voices start to flood in, like if he really knew me, then he would never choose me. And there's my unexpected guest. Oh, I know your name is Shame, hiding out so I don't see you, peeking through the window panes. You want me to let you in, but right now is not the time. Can you wait out on the porch until I come for you? We'll cry it out all night. My unexpected guest. My unexpected guest. Oh, he heads home. Now I'm alone, and my guests are still waiting. They can't seem to stay away. It's getting so frustrating. One more unexpected guest just came busting through my door. Heard you knocking for a while. Anger hates to be ignored. How'd you even find my house? Never seen you in my life. I don't like the way I feel at your side. Like I could burn this whole place down and not mind. I think we'll need to fight this out, you and I. My unexpected guest. Oh, 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 my unexpected guest. Oh, shame, shame, I know your name. You're peeking through the window panes. Fear, fear, I feel you here. You're hanging from the chandelier. Anger, you're at my door. I can't ignore you anymore, not anymore. Oh, my unexpected guest. My unexpected guest. My unexpected guest.
Thanks again, friends. No, you. I made a joke earlier that half the night is really just going to be me tuning my guitar. And my cousin Ben, who's running sound, we should give him a hand, by the way. Let's clap for Ben really quick. My cousin Ben just told me to say, like, I tune because I care. So just know that's what's going on here. So. So this next song, this is another Sophie and Leah song. We should like come up with a name like Sleah or Lofi. I kind of like that. It's even better. I love it. This is a Lofi song. But in all seriousness, all jokes aside, so this song, if I'm being honest, is probably the one I'm most scared to share with all of you. I'm just naming that. And a big part of that is because it's pretty personal to my story and to so many others too. Most of my life, I have struggled with my physical health, like being overweight and just not taking care of my body. And it's like way better than it used to be, but it's still nowhere near where I want it to be. And this is another one of those songs, kind of like Love You Back, that just kind of came out of the lived experience of, you know, going through life with a body that I'm not like super proud of, you know? And I think a lot of people know that feeling though. So like even if it's not weight, maybe it's something else physical that you struggle with. Leah's been really open with me about her story and that too, and some of the things she had struggled with throughout her life, which is why it was such a gift to bring it to her, because I didn't know that she understood, but she did. You know, it's cool how the Lord brings people into your life in that way. And again, this is not like written to be like woe is me or to like celebrate bad habits or anything. It's just written to offer empathy to anyone who's ever felt like other because of your appearance or because of you're not where you want to be. It's something that's evident to others. So this is just an honest song, kind of like one of those straight out of the journal entry songs, you know? So this song, this is the dedication for this. This song is for anyone who has ever felt ashamed of or uncomfortable in your own body. Come as you are with all of your heart, because the world needs you. This one's for the big girls, looking forward to excel, and hoping no one sees you as you're scavenging the shelves. This one's for the big girls, out to dinner with a friend. The waiter gets her number, or you just get the check. This one's for the big girls who were told you have a face that can light up every room, but I wish you'd lose some weight. This one's for the big girls who struggle to belong, and you get from random people who think they know your life. To all of the big girls who feel unloved, I'm telling you this world needs your sweet touch. So come as you are with all of your heart, even though sometimes it's hard. Oh, this one's for the big girls. This one's for the big girls who are hiding in your rooms, and you're feeling too self-conscious to do what you want to do. This one's for the big girls who struggle to belong, 'cause all the small rejections have left you so withdrawn. To all of the big girls who feel unloved, I'm telling you this world needs your sweet touch. So come as you are with all of your heart, even though sometimes it's hard. Oh, this one's for the big girls. Oh, oh, oh.
So come as you are with all of your heart, even though sometimes it's hard. This one's for the big girls. Thank you. So I'm going to invite Nick to come back up. Let's give him a hand really quick. Thanks, man. So before we kind of move on to this next song, just a reminder, the QR codes are everywhere for fundraising and also for ranking songs. And I mention ranking songs because it's just helpful feedback for me when we're in the studio to know, like, even like potential order that songs are released. Like, oh man, like everybody seemed to really love this song more than others. Like, let's really prioritize getting that one done. It's just helpful to have that information. So feel free to scan the code and do that while we're continuing to play these next few songs. And yeah, so this next one. So first off, I need to talk about this guy really quick. So Nick and I are super old, and we've officially known each other for 10 years, which is wild.
That's a long time.
Our freshman year of college was 10 years ago. So we went to Lee University together in Tennessee. Yeah, there's a few alumni out here somewhere. And I just remember we were in a class called Gateway together, which is like a freshman seminar class. And Nick was a music major at the time, and then he left us to go do other important things. But I stayed in a music major because, you know. But he
Wow.
followed the right path for him. And we became friends, though, through some songwriting that happened our senior year. Like, we were already friends, but kind of like bonded more through that experience. And if you've heard the song Not Afraid by Parker Street, Nick is one of the co-writers on that song. And, you know, I'm sure will continue to be as time goes on. So, and he's produced a lot of my music, and I think all of Leah's for the most part. So just like, the reason that we ask him to produce music is not just because he's a really good producer. That is the case. But it's also just like, he is super creative. He is super like hardworking and just like won't settle for it not being what it needs to be, which is like such a gift as an artist to have a producer like that. But also, he just really loves Jesus, and it's just evident in the way that he runs his business and his life. So just like pointing that out, if you get to know this guy, you were blessed. So thank you for being here, making the trip, coming to play with us. So
It's an honor.
Yeah. And I also asked him to come because he will be the one producing all of these songs if they do end up meeting the goal. So just like, yeah, if you feel led to give awesome.
All of your money to Sophie, in other words.
He said it, not me. But either way, he will be the one producing all of the songs, and I'm just super excited about that, to explore that with him and just keep making music together. So this next song that we're going to play together is a song called North Carolina. This is another one, weirdly, that I wrote by myself. That rarely happens. I don't know how this happened. There's like 3 like that tonight, and it makes no sense. But this is a solo write, although Nick helped me rewrite the bridge like a day ago. So there's that. So if we mess up the bridge, I'm sorry, you know. But this song came from, I took a solo trip to Asheville, North Carolina a few years ago. I'd always wanted to go there. And I was kind of just in this like kind of funk, I guess. Like, I just needed to kind of hit reset and just get away for a few days and just get alone with God and be alone with myself, and really just needed the solitude, like the respite time. And I'd always wanted to go to Asheville, so I booked an Airbnb at this weird like campground thing. Like, it was kind of weird, guys, but it was cool. It was good. So I like stayed in the country, but I got to go visit the city and hiked and, you know, did all the cool things, and just really needed that time with the Lord. And I love it when a place kind of becomes like an old friend, you know? Like, that's kind of how I felt. It's like I wanted to stay there. I wanted to keep getting to know North Carolina because it was just so good to me. It was a beautiful place to be. and brought a lot of healing. So yeah, just out of that trip, I wrote a song like while I was in my weird cabin there, and just kind of fell in love with this song and decided to include it in this project potentially. So the dedication for this one, this song is for all the weary wanderers in search of rest, and pro travel tip, North Carolina is a great place to find it. So. Wrong key. It was me, not you. All right. All right. This is North Carolina. Hello, North Carolina. I've been waiting to find you. Didn't know that I needed you this bad. I've been running in circles, tearing pages in journals, longing for a reprieve. You gave me that. Oh, North Carolina, you're the sweetest remedy. There's healing in your forests and there's peace within your streams. The more I get to know you, I find myself remembering who I am supposed to be. North Carolina. My friend North Carolina, I'm so glad I could find you. Lovely, strong, and enduring, you just are. Driving through all your mountains, singing songs in the clouds, and counting stars till the morning takes the dark. Oh, North Carolina, you're the sweetest remedy. There's healing in your forests and there's peace within your streams. The more I get to know you, I find myself remembering who I am supposed to be. North Carolina, my soul can finally rest, my lungs can finally breathe, my heart can finally beat again. Oh, I know that I am whole, I know that I am free, no more need to just pretend. Oh, North Carolina, you've been the sweetest remedy. I found healing in your forest and I found Jesus in your streams. So glad I got to know you and thank you for showing me who I am meant to be. Oh, who I am meant to be. North Carolina. Awesome. That one gets stuck in my head, I think, more than all of them. So I don't know, something catchy about it to me. Awesome. So this next song is a fun one. So this is a song called Never Too Old to Dream. This is another Lofi co-write, Leah and Sophie. I wrote this one a long time ago. I feel like I wrote it in college even. I don't know.
It was a minute.
Yeah, it's been sitting on it for a while, you know. But kind of fleshed it out with Leah a few years ago maybe, like brought the idea to her. I feel like that's how a lot of our writes go together. Like one of us brings like a half-baked idea and the other person's like, yeah, let's do it. And that's kind of what happened with this one. And it really was inspired. I heard this quote, and I'm honestly not sure who said it first, but I heard this quote that just said, imagination is the one vacation that doesn't cost a thing. And something about that just like really hooked me, and I was like, I'm curious about that. Like I want to write more. I want to write something about that. And it actually made me think of the kids in my life. Like honorary aunt is probably my favorite title that I get to wear. And it made me think of their like wild imaginations and just like how one minute they're a pirate and the next minute they're a mermaid and the next minute they're a firefighter and the next minute they're something else entirely. And I just like wanted to capture that just wonder and imagination in a song and let it be lighthearted and fun and remind all of us adults to never stop dreaming at the same time. So in this song too, you're gonna learn a little bit more about my friend Steve. So Steve is a polka dotted and green monster who gets referenced in the song. And there are stickers with Steve on them. So if you hear this song and you're like, I want to be friends with Steve, you can grab a sticker. They're all free. There's a bunch of free stickers over there. Feel free to take him home with you. He likes karaoke, and just like make sure he gets some sleep and he'll be good. So that's all you have to do to take care of him. So it'll all make sense in about 3.5 minutes. So this song is for the little ones in my life who remind me how to imagine. Blue bed sheets and a roll of tape, and suddenly I'm under the sea, fighting sharks in a tidal wave. I hold my breath and swim to the beach. Hey, diddle, diddle, cat and the fiddle, this is how it used to be. Imagination, the one vacation that will never cost a thing. And I'm convinced that the cow will still be up on the moon. He's probably floating around with the dish and the spoon. The monster under my bed has been there since I was 3. No matter how old I get, I will always believe I'm never too old to dream, never too old to dream. Oh, oh. I'm never too old to dream, never too old to dream. Oh, oh. Old swing set and a long red cape, and suddenly I'm up in the clouds, fighting crime till I save the day, avenging every part of this town. Hey, diddle, diddle, cat and the fiddle, this is how it all should be. Imagination, the one vacation that will never cost a thing. And I'm convinced that the cow must still be up on the moon. He's probably floating around with the dish and the spoon. The monster under my bed, tongue-tied and green. No matter how old I get, I will always believe I'm never too old to dream, never too old to dream. Oh, oh. I'm never too old to dream, never too old to dream. Oh, oh. Sing those O's together. Oh, sing again. Oh, and I'm convinced that the cow will still be up on the moon. He's probably floating around with the dish and the spoon. The monster under my bed told me his name is Steve. No matter how old I get, I will always believe I'm never too old to dream, never too old to dream. Oh, 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 oh. Never too old to dream, never too old to dream. Oh, oh. That one's fun. Makes you smile. I remember when I was planning this concert and I was like running some details by Nick and Leah. Leah texted me and she's like, literally, all I care about is hearing you sing Never Too Old to Dream. That's it. So, it was for you, friend. So, awesome. Yeah, so got a few more songs here for you guys. You guys doing okay? You hanging in? Still good? All right. Get you some snacks if you need them. Just a reminder of song ranking, Kickstarter, all that fun stuff. It's all live, so help yourself if you feel led. So this next song kind of begins kind of a shift into perhaps a different genre. I don't even know what genre all of that was, to be honest with you, but these next songs are probably just a little bit more like overtly faith-based, a little bit more overtly worship or CCM. And I just a few years ago started releasing songs under the name Parker Street, and all of those songs are meant for the church is the goal of that, just to build out the bride of Christ with more songs to sing in our gatherings. And this next song kind of bends that a little bit, kind of bends the genre, but I think it fits more here than it does elsewhere. The name Parker Street actually comes from when I was a student at Lee University, and the School of Music was on Parker Street. That was the name of the road. And I just remember, like, that was a building where a lot of things happened. I was stressed a lot in that building. But it also was a building that I would, like, lock myself in practice rooms and write songs and just meet with God. And I kind of wanted Parker Street to feel that way, to just be like, this is just like secret place songs where I meet with God and that we get to share with the church. So, this song is called In This Steeple. And this was written by myself and my friend Caitlin Doyle and another friend of ours, Erin Echeverria. Amazing humans, just great women of God. And this song really is a prayer. I like one of the kind of working titles that I once had for it was just pastor's prayer, or like the prayer of a shepherd. Any sort of caretaker, I feel like this song you may connect with. But for all my Journey people, I had you guys in mind when I wrote this one. Like, it's the greatest honor of my life to shepherd people with God, like in partnership with Him. It's also one of the hardest things I've ever done, or that I ever will do. And really throughout the last year in particular, I think I've found myself asking God a lot, like, are you sure? Are you sure that I'm the right shepherd for this group of people at this time? Like, are you sure? Because I have no idea what I'm doing, and I need you all the time. And I just kept praying that and asking Him that, and over time it kind of shifted into, instead of asking God, it just turned into this prayer like, Father, will you just shepherd me as I try to shepherd others? Like, will you fill me up so that I can pour out? And that's where this song came out of, the song In This Steeple. So this one is for all the caretakers who need to be taken care of. God sees your heart and He hears your prayers. This one's for you. She walks in on Sunday morning, worry written on her face. There's a line creased in her finger where a ring once held its place. I don't know the hurt she carries, oh, but I can feel the weight. I wanna move in close and not just look away. Lord, make my heart a safe place to land. Teach me to love the best I can. Show me how to hold this space, how to walk beside your people, and shepherd all the stories in this steeple. Here in this steeple. In a pew beside a stranger, oh, but now I'm calling friends. He skips right by the small talk, dives on into the deep end. Says he's 25 years sober, and the reason he's alive is Jesus and the friends who loved him back to life. Lord, make my heart a safe place to land. Teach me to love the best I can. Show me how to hold this space, how to walk beside your people, and shepherd all the stories in this steeple. As they're stumbling through their valleys, and I'm reaching out my hands. Father, shepherd me, as I am trying to shepherd them. As they're stumbling through their valleys, and I'm reaching out my hands. Father, shepherd me, as I am trying to shepherd them. Lord, make my heart a safe place to land. Teach me to love the best I can. Help me keep on holding space and making room here at your table. Show me how to see your grace in the hardest parts of people. And together we will shepherd all the stories in this steeple. Here in this steeple. Thank you, guys. I'm going to invite Leah to join us again. Let's give her a round of applause. So, another lofi, right? I'm just kidding. I'm not, but I am. So, this next song.
Reminds me of bread.
This is a bread,
you should
right?
make bread every time you write. And
we absolutely should.
that's a lofi, right?
I mean, Panera is usually the spot, so I mean, it kind of works.
It
But
counts, yeah.
anyway, Nick over here, Peanut Gallery. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so this next song is one that Leah and I co-wrote with our friend Alex, who is awesome, and we met him through Kingdom Songs as well. So you're noticing a theme, I'm guessing. And this song is kind of another prayer. This came out of just kind of like an overflow of worship moment. I started writing this kind of on accident at my church in Pennsylvania. We were like in the middle of making some really big decisions as a church, and my prayer just came out of Galatians 5. Like, this is what I was praying over our church and our congregation. It just says, since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit. Galatians 5:25. And I used to do this thing. I do this a lot at Journey, too, actually, when nobody's here. I, like, walk around the sanctuary and just sing and play. And that's kind of, like, my way of praying for the people and the place and all the things. And I started just walking around singing and praying. I don't want to run ahead. I don't want to fall behind. I just want to walk step by step, hand in hand, right by your side. Just kind of like started singing that on a loop. And it just kind of has evolved, you know, beyond just being from my church. I think it's also just been like a cry of my heart, like a prayer from my life. Like, Lord, I don't want to run ahead of you, and I don't want to fall behind you. I want to be in step with what you're doing all the time. So this song is kind of a fun one. Feel free to sing along. I mean, sing along on all of them, I guess, but sing along on this one for sure. Let's just worship together, right? So this song is for the worshipers who refuse to settle for a distracted life. Too many times I've been distracted. I let my mind become too active. But you're the only one I'm after. I'm yours. So Lord, I give you my attention. I turn my heart to your intentions. I'm laying down my own agenda. I'm yours. I don't want to run ahead. I don't want to fall behind. I just want to walk step by step, hand in hand, hand right by your side. I don't wanna play it safe, but I don't wanna cross the line. I just wanna walk step by step, hand in hand right by your side. Oh, right by your side. I'm captivated by your presence, and I don't wanna miss a moment. Oh, I'm available and open, I'm yours. So Lord, I give you my attention. I turn my heart to your intentions. I'm laying down my own agenda, I'm yours. I don't wanna run ahead. Oh, I don't wanna fall behind. I just wanna walk step by step, hand in hand right by your side. Oh, I don't wanna play it safe, no, and I don't wanna cross the line. I just wanna walk step by step, hand in hand right by your side. Oh, right by your side. Where you are is where I'll be. Spirit, you are all I need. I'm living in your love for me, and nothing else could be so sweet. Where you are is where I'll be. Spirit, you are all I need. I'm living in your love for me, and nothing else could be so sweet. Where you are is where I'll be. Spirit, you are all I need. I'm living in your love for me, and nothing else could be so sweet. Where you are is where I'll be. Spirit, you are all I need. I'm living in your love for me, and nothing else could be so sweet. Oh, 'cause I don't wanna run ahead, I don't wanna fall behind. I just wanna walk step by step, hand in hand right by your side. Oh, I don't wanna play it safe, and I don't wanna cross the line. I just wanna walk step by step, hand in hand right by your side. Oh, right by your side. Thanks again. We're going to keep worshiping. I can plug my in-ears back in. There we go. So this next song, if you've been counting, this is 10 out of 10. This last one here, we are going to do one more, but it's not part of the fundraiser. It's just for fun. But this is the last one that I'm trying to raise funds for, if you will. This is a song called Peace, and got to co-write this one in New Hampshire, actually, a few years ago with my friends Daniel and Kayla Fuoco. We felt led to just write a song of peace, like a call to peace in a really anxious world, so we did. When I was thinking about this song for tonight, there was a question that kind of came to mind for me, and it was just this question: what does the peace of Christ feel like? And so I decided to ask some of my friends that, and just wanted to share some other answers with you. So what does the peace of Christ feel like? Here's some of the answers they gave. It feels like connection to myself, others, and God. It feels like being grounded and unable to be swept up in the wind. It feels like comfort, like harmony, like rest. It feels like sinking into settledness. It feels like being fully known and unafraid. It's a secure and stable anchor. It feels like being held. It feels like a warm hug. One friend shared this: the peace of Christ feels like breathing in salt air on the beach. It is a calming awareness that guards my heart. And the last answer was heart calm. It's a calmness that something is right and that the present situation is in God's hands. And I asked myself that question, and for me, I think it's just this overwhelming sense that all shall be well. Like there's nothing to worry about. And it just reminded me of these words that I heard a few years back from Revelation, of all places, the book of the Bible, last book of the Bible, as written in a kid's Bible, though this is from the Jesus Storybook Bible. I just wanted to share these words with you. God's city is beautiful. Walls of topaz, jasper, sapphire, wide streets paved with gold, gleaming pearl gates that are never locked shut. Where is the sun? Where is the moon? They aren't needed anymore. God is all the light people need. No more darkness, no more night. And the king says, look, God and his children are together again. No more running away or hiding. No more crying or being lonely or afraid. No more being sick or dying, because all those things are gone. Yes, they're gone forever. Everything sad has come untrue. And see, I have wiped away every tear from every eye. And then a deep, beautiful voice that sounded like thunder in the sky said, look, I am making everything new. Those words bring me peace. Just a reminder of what is to come for all those that know Jesus. It gives me peace in a way that nothing else can. Like when I look and I see a really broken world, and I look within and I see a really broken person, I find peace knowing that everything sad will come untrue and that he is making everything new again. So this song is for anyone who's felt the weight of the world on your shoulders. Take heart, because Jesus is coming. We can be still knowing that he will bring peace. We pray relief for the anxious, and we proclaim hope for the lost. We declare justice for every harm and wrong. Lord, you see all of our mourning, and you choose to grieve here with us. How we yearn for your return. Come, Jesus, come. You will bring peace, every broken thing made whole. You will bring peace, every mystery made known, so we can be still, knowing you will bring peace. Let's sing this together. We pursue refuge for outcasts, and we speak out healing for wounds. Jesus, we trust that you will make all things new. Oh, here now we lay down our longings. Incline your ear to our pleas. Oh, we believe your presence changes everything. be still, knowing you will. And we can be still, knowing you will. You will bring peace. A Prince of Peace, you will bring. Thanks for worshiping with us. It's like the best way to start and end the night, you know? So we've got one more for you guys. This last song is, it's not part of the fundraiser because it's already done, so I don't need to raise money for it, which is really cool. So think of it kind of like a bonus track, right? So this song is called No Need. And had the privilege of writing this one at that same retreat that we wrote Peace at. Actually, it was a really special retreat, if you can't tell. Had the privilege of writing this one with my friends Michael Shaughnessy, Brighton Evarts, and Stephanie Morin. And this song, it's kind of similar to Smiling in message, but just really different vibe. But just that idea of like God delighting in us, like letting him do that. I don't know why we resist that so much, but we actually are loved, you know? And it's kind of just the song of receiving that. And I just remember in the writing room for this one, like, we chased a completely different idea for 2 hours, and then we finally stopped. And I just asked, like, what do you want to say to God? And one of my co-writers said, I want to say to God that I'm sorry for missing miracles and trying to live without you. And that became our verse 1. And we just kind of sat in the forgiveness and repentance of that for a while. And then my co-writer Michael spoke up in tears and just started talking about, like, you know, I never want my kid to feel like I'm mad at them for trying to do something without me. Like, I would never want them to feel like they're a burden to me or like I don't want to spend time with them. And that line of thinking just kind of carried us into the rest of this song. Just the heart of the Father, like receiving his delight and his love and his mercy. So this song is for anyone who has a hard time believing that you were both fully known and truly loved. Hear the heart of the Father say, I delight in you. Forgive me for miracles I miss. You forgive me for things I try to fix without you, things I try to do on my own. I'll sing your mercy. Lord, your mercy is dancing over me. Lord, your mercy, far beyond what I can see. You hold me closer than I could ever know. No need to strive for your favor, no need to beg for your love. My presence isn't a burden that you will grow tired of. Lord, you're faithful, no matter how I feel. Lord, you're faithful, and you constantly reveal your compassion, washing every part of my soul. And we sing no need to strive for your favor, no need to beg for your love. presence isn't a burden that you will grow tired of. Your goodness never forgets me. Your kindness never relents. God, you rejoice in your children, and your delight never ends. Sing your delight never ends. Your delight never ends. It never ends. Your delight never ends. Your delight never ends. And sing your delight. Your delight never ends. Oh, your delight never ends. Your delight never ends. Your delight never ends. No need to strive for your favor. No need to beg for your love. My presence isn't a burden that you will grow tired of. Your goodness never forgets me. Your kindness never relents. God, you rejoice in your children, and your delight never ends. Let's end where we began and sing this together. I'm looking for the light. I'm looking for the light. Looking for the light. Looking for the light. Oh, I'm looking for the light. Looking for the light. I'm looking for the light. For the light, oh, sing, I'm looking for the light, looking for the light, I'm looking for the light, oh, I'm looking for the light, looking for the light. Just looking for the light. Oh. Jesus, we thank you for a night of music, for a night of stories. Most of all, God, we just thank you for being you. We thank you for your tangible presence in this place tonight that goes beyond any song that we could ever write. So, Lord, we just ask you, we hold this all in your hands. We hold it loosely. Just ask you to breathe, God. Do with it what you will. Do with us what you will. Lord, help us be people who give light to others and who never stop choosing hope, never stop pursuing you, Lord. And God, I just pray for anyone here tonight who maybe they don't know you. Maybe being here tonight was really weird and uncomfortable. God, I pray that you would just speak to their heart right now in this moment. Let them know how much you love them, that you delight in them, God, we just thank you again for this evening, this time together, all the people who made this happen. We love you, Lord. We love you. And we thank you for loving us first. And we pray this all in your name. Amen. Thank you, guys.
Forgive me for miracles I missed.
Feel free to take some cookies and go home.
For things I try to fix.
What a mystery to be chosen by the King. He'll never need anything I bring. His majesty and the power that he breathes, all that he is doesn't depend on me. Oh, I'm simple. Oh, I can't understand. I don't know why the oceans roll or the mountains touch the sky. I don't know how the stars unfold in dark of the night. And I don't know why the sinner's cry moves him so. But I know Jesus loves me. And what a victory to be washed and fully clean. All that he sees is beautiful and free. Oh, I'm simple. I am simple. Oh, and I can't understand. And I don't know why the oceans roll or the mountains touch the sky. I don't know why the stars unfold in dark of the night. And I don't know why this sinner's cry moves him so. But I know Jesus, he loves